Okay.
Dee, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with my name then. DeeRiginal, rapper from Southwest London, Pimlico. I just do reality. That's me, really.
So in terms of reality, you said that it's a black and white world. Do you mean that everything's polarized?
I don't know if I'd use that phrase polarized. I just feel like what I mean by that, yeah, it's like when I say black and white world, yeah, I mean like how a lot of things either seems like one or the other. Like in society, like it's like us versus them, or this and that. Like like love and hate, rich and poor, and I'm not really trying to pick a side. I'm sitting on the fence. I'm in the grey area. You know what I'm saying?
Grey is quite a dull colour though.
Yeah, I know, right? But a lot of things in life that are good for you don't seem as appealing.
You say that you haven't had it the worst or the best. How do you manage to stay so positive and open-minded?
Because I ain't had it the worst. Like, there's people in way worse positions than me, but there's also people in way better positions than me, again, being in between. Like, here's an example, like J. Cole's song Love Yours, which is on his latest album. He's just saying, like, raw, like, there's no such thing as a life that's better than yours, innit? And that touched, man. Like, I love that album because it's real. Like it's long comparing yourself to others, innit? Yeah, like, raw. That person is that person, but that's them. Like I'm me. Like that's just what it is.
You mentioned in one of your songs, what is light without darkness? But do you feel that in this world we need darkness and conflict? Or could we live in a world that was just like...
I don't think we need it. I think I would love a world, I would love like a sanctuary sort of world where like it's all just positive and like fairy tale but the reality is that there is negative, there is darkness in the world. Right now I don't know how to stop that. I just know how to highlight it, and I tend to highlight both. Like I don't know if pessimistic is the right word, but I'm not pessimistic. I'm just trying to balance it. Like I could be like, oh yes, positivity and that's it, like, but obviously it's not that simple, innit? So I understand that there's a contrast, and I just take in both sides of the coin. That's what I try to do.
So people want entertainment. What do you think is the best way to deliver the message but at the same time keep the vibe going?
By being me but still putting out something that they relate to, like knowing that they like me, not because I try to be like them, but just because I'm me. But I happen to do something that they just resonate with. Because I think the trick is, yeah, as an artist in any field, like to capture people, yeah. Because I feel like we're all the same. We have different qualities about us, but we're all the same as humans, yeah. And like, if you can showcase your general story in an interesting way, that's just what makes you stand out. It's like, I'm like you, but I just showed you in a different way. That's what made you go like, oh, D's sick, you know. Like, I mean.
So we're going back in time now. You took down one of your videos from YouTube because you said it wasn't what you were going through. So what are you going through?
I'm not gonna name the video, but yeah, like I've taken down that, and I've taken down quite a few videos because they don't represent who I am now, and usually that's fine. It's like, oh, if someone looks back at my old stuff, it's like, oh, they can see where I've come from. But the problem with that is that the way YouTube is set up, and that it's like when you search DeeRiginal, a lot of my old stuff comes up before my new stuff. For someone new who's coming, who's not aware that I've had to redevelop and then finds that first, they will get the wrong impression. I don't want that. So last year, and up until now, I've really just redeveloped myself. I got real with myself and the world, innit? You know?
My swagger is show. What caused you?
Listen, yeah, I was 14, yeah, I was gassed. I was listening to bare Sneak Bowl, but you're not getting the YouTube link, so you can keep replaying this. That's not happening, yeah? That's not happening.
What caused you to step back and analyse and decide that wasn't what you wanted to do?
Common sense made me realise after a few years listening back to that. That's crazy, now. Like when I first started, yeah, like I just focused on my flow. Like I didn't really care about what I was chatting about. Like I didn't chat road. Like I wasn't trying to be a road man or nothing, but I was gas talking about girls, you know, like money, like bare things. I was trying to stunt. I was trying to be something I weren't. just because it was something I could do at the time. Started out, was that year 10? No, year 9. The end of year 9, that was 2010 for me, like May, just after I turned, 14? Yeah, I was 14. I bought a £2 microphone from Curry's, downloaded some software on my computer, and just started doing the damn thing. Like, my mum would walk in, yeah, and I think she'd know I record, innit? She'd know I'd be recording, innit? So when she walks in, I'd probably like curl up, and I'd be like, right, mum? And she'll look at me like, I know what you're doing. I'll be, you know, you're trying to play something off. And I just remember them times, cause I was so shy about it. But even when I was dead or new, whatever, like when I first started, I always knew it was something that I liked doing. So even when I thought it wasn't good or someone else thought it wasn't good, because it probably wasn't good at the time, it never made me go, right, I'm going to stop, like, right. So it's something I wanted to do, you know.
Don't you worry that your more serious songs with a deeper message are going to get pushed to the side?
Nope, because that's all they're going to get. How can I put it? A lot of my songs in the past, like my gimmick sort of funny or, you know, hype sort of tunes, yeah, they got a lot of response and traffic and just feedback, because generally humans respond to like entertainment, to like funny stuff, to, you know, all of that. But I feel that even though I've made a transition and I'm just more with reality, I think I'm gonna get more of a response, to be honest. I'm not too concerned about the numbers now. It's more about just the response I get from people. Like, obviously, there's a little bit. Like, if I've got like 20 views, I'll be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But
you won't get 20 views.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, my main focus is just knowing that, like, I touch someone, they can relate. If they can't relate, they still had something to say about it. Just so I can consider like other people's perspectives. If people don't agree with me, if they do, whatever, innit? Just putting out my reality and having people respond to that and acknowledge that, like, appreciate that. It's like, yeah, like, that's what I'm into.
So you watch a lot of anime, don't you?
Yeah.
So we choose how we interpret things. Do you feel that everything we do or see has a hidden message, and we choose how we interpret that, negatively or positively, and that causes a divide? You know what, yeah? Okay, so with anime, obviously anime is banging, yeah? Anime is 30. Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, like, Bleach. So like, when I watch anime, yeah, like, especially Naruto, yeah, I feel like I'm Naruto, you know? I swear, like. But not just me, I feel like everyone's Naruto in their own way. Like, everyone has their own story, just like Naruto, yeah? And everyone is the main focus, obviously, in their own story. Like, and do you know the craziest thing is, like, to people who don't know about anime, they just think, raw, some childish sort of cartoon, innit? But I feel like it has a lot of hidden messages that kind of like correlate or like mirror real life. So for instance, in Naruto, like, my man grows up being like neglected, not really being popular or whatever, like kind of being judged for something he could never control. He grows up and kind of becomes like the hero, the popular sort of person, like. And that's how I feel like. I feel like when I was younger, yeah, like man was just some any kid, innit? But like now I found my voice in this music, like, so cliche, but I found my voice in this music. It's changed me, it's changed people around me, the way they view me, negatives and positives, and how we choose to interpret things. I think a lot of things, should I say, are polysemic. Make that clear what that word means, that's a mad word, but polysemic, if I remember correctly, something that can be interpreted in any way. There's no reason to question the Westminster that you don't see.
Yeah.
Because there aren't any landmarks or anything of interest to people of a certain class.
What do you mean by that?
So the Westminster that you don't see.
Oh, we always talk about that.
I do want you to talk about that.
Yeah, hella landmarks in Westminster that the tourists will come to see or whatever. If you don't live there, you really think landmarks, central, high-end, nice place, city life, whatever, upper class sort of environment, or just something that was for tourists if it's not. You know, anyone who lives there has money. But it wasn't the case for me. It wasn't the case for like a certain group of people like myself who live in the Pimlico area of Westminster. You know, generally in Pimlico, like the heart of Pimlico, like you do see a lot of
old sort of West End, like nice, like almost mansion-y looking houses, like some really like high-end looking houses that look quite posh, should we say, quite up there. But no, I didn't grow up in those sort of establishments. I grew up across the road in the estates. Yeah, that's more of the side of Westminster you don't see. Like in Pimlico, is not a Brixton or Peckham or nothing like that, obviously. But living there doesn't mean you're living good.
So would you say that because people are only half aware of Pimlico, they kind of brush off that there might be more to it, or don't question it?
Because Pimlico is such a small area, and it's part of Westminster, it's southwest, but it's on the other side of the river. It's like Chelsea and Fulham. I can't blame anyone for misunderstanding or, because I'd probably do the same thing if I didn't live here. But I just try to shed light, and I think living here made me aware that not everything is what it seems. Like, if here's really not what it seems, like, I can't really take places for granted because I know that I get that where I come from. So yeah, it's just open my eyes a little bit to be more open.
How does it feel to look across the road and see all these? Does it motivate you?
Definitely. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, right, like you lot are doing your thing, Like, I don't feel resentment or anything. It's just how it happened to be, getting on with their lives. I get on with ours, but it's not us and them thing. I don't look at them like, bro, like you lot's over there, glamorous life, like fudge you, like, you know what I mean? But obviously, I'm just aware, innit? And it's like, okay, do your thing, I'm doing my thing. Having said that though, the estate that I live on now is not even the bad, like it's not the worst estate in the area. Like, I'd say my estate is pretty calm, like it's a pretty big, long sort of run down estate. That runs down the road, but it's comfortable. Like, I'm not stepping out on my block and thinking, right, like it's a bit sticky, because my block is generally calm. But where my block is, it's in the middle of everything, innit?
Do you ever feel like you don't belong in that area, or like there's a divide?
No. I don't care who lives here, what here is. Yeah, I grew up here, so this is where I live. Like, this is just part of me, innit? I can't like try to dismiss that. This is where I grew up. Like, I grew up in central, southwest London, whichever you want to call it. Like,
yeah.
That's where I grew up, so it's me, innit?
Grew up in the blocks, that never blocked my vision. Do you feel like people use their circumstance as a reason that they might be more or less likely to succeed?
That's a tricky one, because some people, they can't, they just feel like they've been brought up in a certain place that's just dictated how they're meant to be. But I generally believe, like, if you want something bad enough, or if you're really on it, you change your destiny. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, if you're in a situation, like, and you really don't like it, if you want it to change, you will make it change. I swear down. Like, I mean, that's just how I feel. Someone might say, no, but it's not that simple. Fair enough, innit? But I've seen people come from bad places and do good. What's my man's name from Star Wars? Man like Johnny. Yeah, him. My man came from Peckham. Like, Real Ferdinand came from Peckham. They came from some really bad places in London, and look who they are. Look where they came. Like, even in Pimlico, I have a few guys are in jail now. Someone's dead or whatever. Like, people have been killed, or people have gone to jail, or whatever. I think it's all down to choices at the end of the day. It's a choice. It's down to choice. It's down to the choice you make. Like, it's like what you want to do, innit? But yeah. Bottom line is, yeah, I swear down, yeah, you can change your destiny. Like, if you feel your destiny is and you don't like that, no, change that. Bond that. Like, man saw that in Naruto first of all. Like that was said in Naruto. Do you see what I mean when I say that? How I feel like anime kind of mirrors life in a sense, because that's just a little cartoon, right? But that applies to real life. So
so you mentioned your EP was about money, the world, the battle between people and country, and also a battle with yourself.
Yeah, it's about all of that. Like, it's about reality. What I see as reality. Like, there is wars going on between people within ourselves. There's issues. Like, I think about why the world is the way it is. Like, naturally, I put this all into the EP. I
I have to voice it. If it's in my head, I'm gonna voice it. It's my reality, I'm gonna voice it. But I've had conversations with people here and there, and I feel like it's not just something that I'm going through or I feel. I feel like I'm not only speaking to the people, but I feel like I'm speaking for the people.
What's this battle that you claim to have with yourself?
Oh, your thoughts. Like, you know, you have like, I feel like everyone has angels and demons on them. Like just like how black and white, good, bad, or like I can make a decision to do something, which would be detrimental, or something that's very important and beneficial. Like I decide, innit? And I'm always battling with like my thoughts in my head.
What would you say to someone that was going through the same thing?
Voice it. That's what I'm doing. Like that's what it is. Like I ain't no psychologist or nothing. I just know that if you voice it, if you have like we're having now conversations with people, it's a way to vent, let it out, like let it out first and foremost, and then so that's what I'm doing with MayDay. That's what I've done with MayDay. So when people hear MayDay, they're like, yo, this project, like this piece of work, like get it. Like, I believe people would get it, innit? Like if anyone watching this interview, like if they then go to listen to the EP, they'll be like, oh yeah, D, I get you. Like, if you don't get me after watching this interview, then I just don't know for you, innit? Yeah.
So in 5 years' time, what do you want to be known for?
Speaking to the people and speaking for the people, really. That will never really change. Touch the world, like I want to be international. I want to be universal. Like I wanna touch the world. I wanna touch the universe. Like
5 people who inspire you, D.
Goku. Don't know who Goku is, right? Dragon Ball Z. Goku is a hard guy. Like another person. So let's shy away from the anime now. Yeah, I love anime. Musically, you really just. In fact, no, you know what? Let me tell you what inspires me. Leicester City, yeah. Top of the Premier League right now, yeah. Top of First Division football. They was in League One, the 3rd tier of football. How can you go from 2nd division, yeah, relegate to the 3rd, come back up the following season, then promote to the 1st division, back to back, yeah, tough it out that first season in Premier League, and then be first by the 2nd time round? Do you know how greasy that is? Do you know how much of a turnover that is? Leicester, honestly, I swear down, they are the inspiration of 2016. My ma, obviously, she's a fire, man. She taught me how to survive. I speak on a few things that we had to do. One track called Fantasy. I don't know if it will be out by the time this interview's out, but yeah, Fantasy speaks on where I come from. But she's a survivor. Like she's just a G. Like she's a G. You know, I might as well throw some artists in there. So yeah, Kendrick, obviously, naturally, like, yeah, he's a reality sort of person, you know. I see him do bare things over the past few years. I think someone from over here, Artistry too, big man. He's been doing this thing for a long time. What I think I really rate about him is even when he made some like mainstream records, they always sound genuine. It always felt genuine to me. That's why, even if it had an unexpected sort of sound, I still rocked with it. Like his album Black and White. You know what I mean? Yeah, can you see how that directly influences, man? Like, no, Rex is a G. Rex is like is my favorite UK rapper. Yeah, so yeah, Stormzy, Rex, Kendrick, Mummy, Naruto, Goku, they're all G's. Yeah. My name's DeeRiginal, and you're here with EyeSpeakTV. Subscribe, yeah?
I think about this black and white world every day. It's really awkward when you're living in the grey. Being neutral rips you apart. But tell me what it's light without dark. Maybe that is why we are so conflicted. Maybe that is why we are so contradicted. Maybe that is why I am sitting on the fence.